Hey guys, it's Woody the Unexceptional Gamer, and this was a game that followed a really bad game. Forgive the first 30 seconds or so. There's something wrong with my recording setup or something, so I'm like standing still, figuring things out. I didn't even capture the C flag. But the game before this one, I guess you could say I had a bad game. It wasn't that my KD was bad; it was like 4 or something like that. But the game was like 8-2, and I was disappointed in like. Look, sometimes I'm at the bottom of the leaderboard. Whatever, that happens. But when everyone else has 3,000 points and I have like 1,000 or 800 or something like that, then something's horribly wrong. And at the moment here, by the way, I'm feeling like there's a guy out there, and I'm kind of hiding from him because I don't want to be standing out in the middle of that ramp. You know me, control the engagement, right? And to stand out there with no cover whatsoever while that guy is, and I don't know where exactly he is not my type of game. So I spend like a minute here just kind of trapped, not getting the kind of gunfights that I'm looking to have. But whatever, it works out until here. I don't know how I could have done this better. I'm out there. I could have walked into the middle where he'd easily see me. I was trying to sort of recover up, get my health back, and then go for maybe an even fight. And in older videos, and then I go back for the revenge kill, which was totally stupid. Now I just get on the mic and warn everyone that it's a problem. What I wanted to say, fair fights. So I thought there was a guy standing in the middle of that room. And I would have been standing in the middle of the ramp, right? We'd both have our bodies fully exposed, and it'd be a fair fight. Fair fights are not what I'm looking for. I'm looking to win most of my fights. I'm looking to be prepared for them before they are. And if I see a situation where it's a fair fight, then typically I try to arrange the map, either the way through I'm navigating or using cover or whatever, so that I don't have a fair fight. Because it's hard to get for me, I have a good time when I have good games, and it's hard to have really good games when every engagement you get into is fair. And here I put the guy in last stand, but I don't get the kill. Happens all the time. But what I was starting to say at the start of this commentary was, in my previous game I didn't do well, and the reason I didn't do well is my style, the style that works really well, like looking at the UAV, what I'm doing right here. I see two guys coming to me, and it took a lot of bullets, but I'm more or less salivating at the opportunity to take them down. When I play with my friends, you have to be really aggressive, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. I've been up here hundreds of times, but for some reason I can't seem to jump up on that sandbag at the moment. I don't know. I'm mildly retarded. Forgive me. When I play with my friends, and I arrange everything like I want to. Like, all right, here's 3 guys on the UAV. They're coming my way. I've got cover. It's not a fair fight. And by the way, you see I missed a guy behind me. Yikes. It's not going to be a fair fight. I'm going to get the engagement that I want to. And they'll be here in less than 5 seconds. Well, when you play with the crowd that I play with, waiting 5 seconds for somebody to come to you is a mistake, and you'll never get the kills you want. So I fussed about it in the lobby, not in a negative way, like, you guys stink, you're stealing all my kills, although sometimes I lose my mind and talk like that. It was more of a like, wow, it's hard to find a target around here with with how quickly you guys are able to kill people. And T-Mart is like, man, get your rush class on, put on marathon, do your thing. It's that's what I have to do. And it's like, what? I think T-Mart's right. I think it's time. So I do have a rush class. I usually use this for game battles. It's an AK-74U. I know how much my subs love to see me use the AK-74U. And look at this. So I start the 2 of them, and then Bendro gets the double kill. Gosh, this is the story of my life. The second half of the story is the next time I get a double spray opportunity, I get caught sprinting in a bad fight. So this is just a game of me playing a little bit more aggressively, finding out where they're spawning and getting right up there and being the first guy to see the target. And you'll see everybody gets big scores in this game. But I felt better because at least I was part of the crowd. His name wasn't up for there. So sometimes I see, like, I talked to XJaws on Skype the other night. And XJaws is a super strong player. There's no doubt about it. But he was like, can you believe that somebody posted the domination game and you didn't get 30 or 40 kills or something like that? And it's like, wow, I hear you, but it's a special situation, right? It's extra hard to get that many kills when you're rolling with like Bando, X-Jaws, T-Mart, Dunkus, etc. So yeah, I just felt like in this game I did a slightly better job anyway of pushing forward right up to where they're spawning and getting the kills that I'm looking for. And I'm hoping it's the start of something new. It's the start of me taking my turns at the top of the lobby a little more often. So when Black Ops came out, there were a couple things that held me back, I think. One is most of the reason I do well is by, I want to say, being smarter without sounding really arrogant, but outthinking my opponents, making sure that I'm not lining up for fair fights and stuff like that. And it just takes a little while when your game is built around tactics and knowledge to be better than the crowd, compared to someone whose game is built on, say, like, great aim and quick reaction times, or a strong internet connection or whatever. So I had to warm up, and I think that going through that again made me a little wary of of Black Ops, and I started playing extra cautiously, and now I'm ready to be done with that. I'm ready to charge a little bit more often and do my thing. So I wanted to talk about at the top of Wood, I got a hipfire kill. I've kind of rediscovered how important hipfire was, and it's really critical. So there's a guy there, and I thought that I did a good job here of of picking a gunfight. I presented a pretty small target between using the building to cover half my body and the barrel to cover the lower 80% of it. But sometimes even when you stack the deck in your favor, you still lose. And that guy just had the right gun for the situation. He had some sort of long distance weapon with a red dot, and he was able to get the kill before I did. But that's okay. I didn't let it get me down, and I think I worked my way up to. I think this little section here goes well for me in a minute, and I'm just ducking and weaving, bobbing around. I know there's a spawn right there, and I'm kind of abusing it. This guy's a little slow to think about what he's doing after a kill, and quickly up to 7 again, so no big deal. And that's 8. Now, it's normally a mistake to call in a chopper right here. Usually you want to be smart and work your way up to your last kill streak, because calling in kill streaks is dangerous. The thing is, on this team, you got to get your choppers up. Everybody has choppers in their pocket, and if you don't call it in a hurry, then you may never call it in at all. So while I was one away from my second chopper, the chopper gunner, which might have turned this into a pretty neat score, I don't totally regret calling it in and even getting that death, because you don't know who was about to call in, what they did. Sometimes you have to be aggressive just to get the darn thing to drop. I've been in games where it's hard to get napalms to fall, and that's that. So yeah, anyway, this was a fun game. I'm hoping it's the start of a little bit more aggressive playstyle out of me, and I'm just finding that that's what I need to do in order to find enough people to shoot when I play with these strong guys. And when it was Modern Warfare 2, I felt like I was doing that fairly well, but in Black Ops I slowed things down a little bit so that I could get in touch with my game, and I'm finished with that phase. Now I'm going to start rushing in and joining the crowd a little bit more. So there it is. I think I'm 35-6. A couple deaths were from that one M14 guy, and I had a chopper in my pocket and I was on my way to the gunner. But what are you going to do? I thought it was a fun game. If there's anything to take away from this, it's no fair fights, man. Try and set all these things up so that it's on your terms, so that you're shooting people on the side, you're shooting people from behind cover. It's what I always preach, and it's the key to doing well. Even the super aggressive guys like a Sandy Ravage, if you watch their game carefully, they're actually stacking the odds and not having fair fights with all these gunfights. So have a good day.